Hit the like button.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. Yeah. Here we go. Get ready to get back to it. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
You already know, man. It's Deion Dawkins, and you listening to the Real Deal Sports Show on the Beat 105.5.
What's going on, man? It's been a little bit, man. It is welcome to the Real Deal Sports Show. I'm the Fanatic, broadcasting live from the Rock Pawnbrokers studio. Get to hang out with the one and only Rad, man. What's happening? Good morning, Rad, man. How you feeling?
Good morning to you. Wonderful, wonderful Saturday morning. Still cool on the East Coast. Cool. I missed that warm weather of the deep South last week. Very warm, very comfortable. High humidity was what I needed to feel great. Now my knees are aching again after being out there doing that doubleheader last night. High school girls softball game, excellent games. Hey, but hopefully the weather get back to the 80s, and hopefully we may see some 80s here in the Rock and on the East Coast here. Northeast very soon. But we're talking sports all sorts for the next hour, and we're going to get it in, Fanatic, what we have coming up.
Hey, man, we got a lot going on. It is a lot to talk about in the world of sports. Man, NBA playoffs, NFL minicamp, rookie minicamp going on. We got the Caitlin Clark and my girl Asia Wilson, the whole WNBA starting on the 14th. Man, we got some baseball going on. Shohei Ohtani. We got a lot going on, Rad, man. So it's a beautiful thing, man. We appreciate everybody who's out there listening to us. You know, always, man, we appreciate you guys by commenting. We love the comments for you to be a part of the show. Man, we always love for you to subscribe to us. Please do that. Again, you can do it on Facebook or YouTube. Life is always better when you have choices. So go ahead and make sure you subscribe, and then tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe to the Real Deal Sports Show, man. It costs you nothing. It means everything to us. So we're really, really excited about that. And I got a hot rant coming up here in a minute talking about some NBA players. I'm sick of seeing in the playoffs because they do what they do. And if, just like Maya Angelou would say, when people tell you who they are, believe them. And that's some people I believe in, or I don't believe in anymore, and I believe who they've shown to be, Rad, man. So
I hear you.
So, yeah, we're going to go ahead. I know we're going to have an interview coming up here momentarily, but we're going to start out. Hey, Rad, man, let's just go big, high-level overview, NBA playoffs, what's going on right now. There's a lot of great series as we look around the NBA currently. Man, it is fun right now. The Timberwolves got blasted last night by the Nuggets, so the Timberwolves are still up, first loss. The two teams that were perfect this week, but they swept the first round, won the first two games in their won the first games in their second round series. The young Oklahoma City Thunders in the West, and then the Minnesota Timberwolves there as well. They got their first losses of the postseason, Rad, man. How do you see them responding as, again, the Oklahoma City are playing the Mavs? That game is later on today at 3:30 on the East Coast, and then Minnesota got blasted last night. The Nuggets had some championship resolve. I know you're a big fan of Jamal Murray, Canada's finest, Rad, man. He showed up. I don't know if he should have been playing, man. You can't be throwing stuff on the court, but hey, I'm glad they didn't take that away from him. How do you think those two teams in particular, the young Minnesota Timberwolves, after they lost, and now Oklahoma City, they got their first loss in play again tonight. How do you expect those two young teams, talented teams, to respond with their first postseason losses, Rad, man?
Well, one thing I can tell you, as that old saying used to be, the series never starts until a team loses on their home court. And now both those teams, you got losses there. Both teams is 1-1. Now the series has officially begun. Now it's time to play basketball. Dallas seems to they always seem to lose their first or second game, and they always seem to get better as the series goes on. So watch out I'm keeping my eye on Dallas. Dallas is very sneaky. With Luka being injured, though, playing injured on it looks like a bad knee or something, or ankle or something he has wrong with that leg there. He's not able to jump and get his shot off like he doesn't look comfortable out there. So keep an eye on him. That should be, if their bench comes back and plays, Dallas can take this series. Oklahoma City playing good ball, young guys playing. Minnesota, I just don't understand how you get home and get embarrassed like that at home. That's very troubling to see you get blown out. They didn't look nothing like the team. It's like they woke up and said, "Oh yeah, we Minnesota. We playing. This is Denver. We playing." I think they got home and got all that white jerseys and stuff. Sometimes that goes the opposite. You get home and everybody wearing the same colors on the stands, and you're looking around like everybody cheering for you. And I think it kind of sometimes puts too much pressure on the home team, and they look nervous. They look like it was their first game. It didn't
Exactly. Yeah.
And Denver just came on and steamrolled them, and Jamal Murray finally woke up from throwing the towel and the ice pack and everything, and he just went to putting the basketball in the hoop last night, doing what he's supposed to do, shoot the ball. He looked now all of a sudden he looked like he wasn't hurt. It's like, man, wait a minute, you look injured the first 2 games, and now here you. I think that adrenaline. I think him not getting suspended. He should have been suspended at least 1 game. In my note, he should have been out. He should have missed that game last night. Because you just don't throw a towel you don't throw anything near the court or on the court. I mean, they must have referee that he thought a fan had did it. That's why they didn't throw anybody out or review it. They didn't even think a player would be that stupid to throw something on the court and almost injure their own players or referee or injure anybody on the court. So that's why they couldn't think somebody would be that dumb. An actual player would do something like that.
That's interesting. It's so funny. And I will say I did stay up late and not as late as you guys needed to because I'm on Central Standard Time. And so, but I did read reports that I wanted to hear. And Jamal Murray did say, he said his calf did start to tighten up toward the end of the game. And so it'll be interesting to see as these games are going to keep going back to back and the schedule is going to be pretty tight for them. So it's going to be interesting to see how that calf responds. And I always get nervous, man. I've been saying it, but now I think people are saying it more nationally that calves are connected to the Achilles, man. That's the one injury I just never want in life, man. So it is, it's interesting. And so I really hope that Jamal Murray can keep that calf loose because that's the only way. The Joker going to get his. They're going to make him work. And I'm telling you, the Karl Anthony Towns, he's going to find a way to put his head in the sand at least in 1 more game, maybe even 2 more games. I will tell you, Karl Anthony Towns, he did not make my list that I'll rant on later on, but he was an honorable mention. But I know he will not show up in another game this series. And so Denver, man, they show some heart of a champion. I do anticipate that this series could go, and I am saying I think the series will go to 7 games. Because I think Denver's going to storm back. They have that championship resolve, and I really believe they play so connected and so well together. So it's going to be interesting to see how Denver can get it done. I think they can get a home court Game 7 on their court. Let's just see if they can. But they got to take it game by game. And Radman, I think you made a very astute point. Some of those times with the young team, especially when you don't have the crowd on your side, your back's against the wall. Yeah, it was early. The crowd was hyped there in Minnesota. But, man, Denver came out, and they felt like they had more of the energy to come back to it and say, oh, hold on, we're not going out like this. Aaron Gordon, that's the key to me. If Aaron Gordon can hit some shots, that's the key. He's going to play that good old sticky defense. He's going to be able to hold that down, that sticky defense for him. I'm proud. I love when he balls like that. But they keep leaving him open on those ball reversals. Mm-hmm. Aaron Gordon has to knock down some shots. He can't be on self-check. If he is, Denver's going to struggle trying to come back out of this 1-2 hole for them. They're game down, and they got to keep trying to. They got to win this next game coming up in Game 4. Denver has to. Only way. They can't go down 3-1 and expect to come back and win against that young thoroughbred led by Anthony Edwards, which, by the way, let's all keep it a buck. Nobody thought he was going to be this good. He came out of Georgia. I saw him live. I thought he was talented. I never thought he was going to be like this, man. You talk about Tatum, talk about Kyrie, and talk about Devin Booker, all these supposedly Kobe Mamba guys. Ain't none of them like that. Kyrie a little bit is cold with it like it. Anthony Edwards being Brian that I have seen, and I would take Anthony Edwards today over Jason Tatum, over a Kyrie, and definitely over a Devin Booker, who's very overrated in my book. Been that way. Big O, I'm talking to you especially, man. Devin Booker, yeah, man's definitely overrated. But Rad, man, let's go to the East, man. Let's go to the East.
Before we get to the East, with those callers, hey, just hang in there, callers. Just if the phone is ringing, let it ring. It's going to pick up. BacSpin's going to pick it up for you. So call back in. Someone just called. If you got if the others want to call 595-1055. If you're outside the area code 585-595-1055. So that caller, call right back in.
We'll get you on a caller on the line, Rad man.
Excellent. Let's bring that caller on. Who we have this morning? Welcome to Real Deal Sports Show.
The B1055, you're live on the air. Who is this?
Hey, it's the Big O. What's up, BacSpin?
Oh, the Big O's out here. I just was talking about you. It's the Fanatic. What's going on, Big O? Good morning. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, you didn't have to call me out by name about Devin Booker. So I had to get on here and defend myself.
Go ahead. It's only right. Well, what about who? Go ahead.
Well, I'm the one that told you that Anthony Edwards looked like Bean. That's the closest I've ever seen since Kobe ended his career, is that guy. But it's really Kevin Durant. That's what I want to call out. Kevin Durant, where you at?
Oh.
Where you been? Somewhere.
Where you been? Where you at? Where you been? When you a bus rider, Barkley said it, you didn't like it. Been a bus rider.
Yeah.
Bus rider. That's my rant for today. Just wanted to call that out. I don't think he's getting enough flack for being a bus rider, building the super team. He the one that cleared all these trades. He got Harden and Kyrie together, couldn't bring them together. Bill and Booker, now Bill look like he went out and got an albatross around their neck because nobody's taking that contract. Kevin Durant, where you at?
That's hey, Big O. I know we talked about it off wax, so I'm 100% in agreement. How do you think Mike Budenholzer? He just got hired last night to a 5-year deal. Who is actually living out these contracts? Cats are getting fired in year 2 of 4 and 5-year deals. So that's another subject for a different day. But Big O, what do you think about Budenholzer becoming the next coach of the Suns? How do you think that will affect KD, Bill, Booker?
They're already over the second apron. There's nothing you can do unless you trade Devin Booker. Because I can't see anyone taking the Bill contract. Unless you trade Devin Booker. I would trade Devin Booker right now for like a Jalen Suggs in Orlando. You need a point guard, somebody who's going to be fearless. And because if you move Booker, that's your fearless. Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Booker at least going to show up in some clutch moments and hit some tough shots. But yikes, if he's the one gone. But he's the only one you can move unless you move Durant. And then I just don't see them getting what they need back to win.
Well, what was their thinking of Phoenix getting rid of their point guard? Why did they get rid of their point guard to begin with?
Because they couldn't afford them.
Because of who?
They couldn't afford them. They put all their money in 3 players.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hey, but Big O.
5-year, $250 million contract.
Yeah.
Making $50 million per.
Yeah.
Oh, enough that.
Yeah. Wait a minute, who's making that kind of money?
Rabbit almost fell out of the chair.
Wait a minute, somebody making $50 million a season?
$50 million, $250 million.
Who is this?
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal? Man, I don't even know this cat, man. He making that kind of bread and nobody talking about him? Oh, my gosh, man. Man, those NBA cats got it, man. Oh, my gosh, man. That salary done went up in the NBA. Man. I know Oscar Robinson, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the guys from back in the day got me shaking their head, man. These cats today, and they can't even play half as good as the guys back in the day used to get it in, man. These dudes want to sit out and be hurt. And I thought that guy was hurt half the time. Bill, he's not in the lineup. I mean, those guys back in the day played every game.
He probably played 30, 40 games. He was hurt all the time.
Oh, that's terrible, man. That's just taking money, man. That's not even, man, come on.
Nobody's taking more money than Ben Simmons, but don't let me go down that track. Don't let me go down the Brooklyn track on how upsetting that is. So I do want to switch and just say the NBA right now has a moment where they got the face of the league, and what I'm interested to see is they got him in Nowheresville. Anthony Edwards, Minnesota, J-GILLZ Alexander, Oklahoma City. I want to ask you too, do you think those stars can stay there and maximize their potential in those locations, or do they go to sunnier pastures?
Heck yes. The answer is yes 3 times over. Don't listen. The world is global now. We can be talking. We're talking in 3 different cities here in America. We did the show from Africa. We got folks who are coming in from Japan who comment. You can be good wherever thanks to the proliferation and the access of the internet. So I think Oklahoma.
I agree with that. But if you're a star making $250 million, do you want to live in Minnesota?
No, that's something different.
Do I want to live in Oklahoma City?
Hey, shout out!
Part of the year. I mean, you got Target, you got Best Buy, you got the Mall of America, you got hunting and fishing. Oh man, I enjoyed myself during their Super Bowl week, except for that -7 degrees on Super Bowl Sunday, man. That -7 degrees, man. Wind chill factor -20 below and all that. Hey, we weren't feeling that, but man, oh man, they're 2 months, man. Enjoy the summer. Get the hell out of there. If you're making that kind of bread, man, get the hell out of there after the season and go wherever you want to go after the season. But yeah, you could make it now with TV contract, and I'm sure they could get the cable company and other companies around that Minnesota Great Lakes area to pay up. And hey, it's an interesting market. They do have some companies. They do have some top companies in that area that could keep you there. You could do well. Now I can't say too much about Oklahoma City. I don't know too much about that. Are they still riding up on horses to the saloons and stuff up there in Oklahoma City? They do have cars, right? Okay. Yeah. I don't know about the High Chaparral. Remember Gunsmoke and all of that, man.
Yeah, I love that.
Great westerns, man.
I love it, Radman. That was so beautiful because I know you made Big O's point exactly. Yo, hey, Big O, you heard him? My man started out with Best Buy, and I think you might talk about the Target.
Yeah.
You know what, Big O?
22-year-old kids, they don't want to be in Best Buy and Target.
Those are the corporate headquarters are there, man. Their name is on everything. That's why it's the Target Center. That's why it's named the Target Center, because they're the big dogs in that market. So, and they, if you like to hunt and fish, hey man, that's your area, man. It's happening there.
They better give both them kids the extension 2 years before they're up. That's all I know. Give those kids the extension 2 years before they're up immediately, whatever they ask for.
Man, listen, hey man, they better be talking on the low right now with their ages today. Shoot, man, they need to lock him in right. Hey, and I know the max is only 6-7 years. Shoot, I'm trying to put it out the way. Hey, can we do a backdoor 10-year deal or something like that, man? Because those two, man, that's a great question and a great point there, Big O. Seriously. Now, what about you? Oh, what do you think? Do you think you could be a star in those two places in particular?
I think Anthony Edwards is too big. Maybe J-GILLZ Alexander, because I haven't heard the man talk, don't know what he sounds like. So maybe Shay. But Anthony Edwards, I think this is Minnesota's run right here. By the time Gobert's deal is up, Towns' deal is up, I think he'll be looking at sunnier pastures.
Hopefully they can bring in some more talent to surround them with it when those guys' contracts are up. Let's flip the script. Hey, Big O, real quick on the east side, East Coast. You go to a big city like New York, you got the rec center guy playing guard, man. He looks like somebody from the Y, man. He don't look like an NBA. I'm amazed at this cat, man. Brunson, man. That guy look like did I see him at the Y the other night, man? He was calling the offense signals and stuff, man. People started ignoring him and stuff, man. And he just took it into his own hands. You play in front of a big crowd, big one. It's obvious they want New York to do well, and the officiating seems to be going New York's way too. So they want that major market to finally be there, because LA both the LA Clippers and Lakers are gone, so you don't have that major market on the West Coast. So they're just hoping their best the Knicks can stay in there and finally do something on the East Coast. What's your opinion of that series right now?
Well,
you got to beat the refs in the Knicks right now. You got to beat the refs in the Knicks right now.
God.
Talk to your co-host. He said that Rec Center player was a top 10 NBA player the other day. And I think
Really?
Top 15.
We're going top 15, but he started with top 10, and I told him he was nuts.
Yeah, and yes, you're right. And then I had to write my list out. Hey,
No,
I was.
We ain't gonna keep doing this. I sent you the list.
Yeah.
Said he top 10.
He top 15. Because guess what? I'll take the YMCA cat over a Kevin Durant and over a Devin Booker. He affects winning way more than them two cats these days. So
No,
I said it.
I disagree.
Huh?
No, I disagree.
Well, go ahead. Now, you can disagree all you want. I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know, and that is what I know.
What you feel?
Nah, I tell you what I know.
You tell you what you feel, but we'll see. The man looked beat up last night. I saw him look like he was playing on one leg. They're gonna have to figure that out because without him, that is a real YMCA team. I cannot believe he's carrying the likes of DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. They got some dude named Princess Achua out there balling. I said, okay, this is all on the strength of Jalen Brunson. That's why I'm giving him so much credit because he got a G League team rolling to the second round of the playoffs, and that deserves.
I agree with you on that. I got to give it to him. Brunson has really showed up. He played in Dallas, did well there, and he's even doing much better in New York. I never thought he would carry the Knicks like this, and he's carrying them. He's getting physical out there. I'm just shocked that Indiana hasn't gone to the basket, played in the paint. Why are they taking all those threes? They should be trying to pound that ball in the paint and go after the Knicks inside. Indiana, I just don't get their Carlisle's game plan.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I'm going to quickly shout out on my way out. I love the Jalen Brunson, and I love the NBA nepotism. LeBron said he going with Bronny. Jalen Brunson on daddy on his coaching staff. Started with Giannis and his brother Thanasis. And every other industry, nepotism is huge. I love it coming to the NBA. And I'm out on that. And enjoy the rest of the show.
Take care, Big O. Thanks for coming in.
They forget it's hot this morning, Big O. We appreciate you, man.
Gotta do it.
Be well.
All right. And we get one of our sponsors up, Miriam Rivera Insurance.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know, you can't just say Miriam. You got to put award-winning first. Go ahead, Radman.
My bad. Award-winning Miriam Rivera Insurance Agency. Auto, home health, and life insurance. Kids are graduating college today. A lot of folks graduating. Get yourself some insurance if they're going to get a hoopty on the road or get that ride out there on the road. Make sure you get it on the road to an award-winning Miriam Rivera Insurance Agency. 1038 Lyle Avenue or 511 Bean Road, Suite B. Give her a call, area code 585-360-0094. I guarantee you, she saved me and my family a hell of a lot of money. I guarantee you she'll save you some money on homeowners, auto, health, and life insurance.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Fanatic?
You know it. You know it. So I just want to check. Are we good for the interview for Keon Coleman?
Oh, yes. BacSpin. Maybe we could go to that Keon Coleman interview and hear what he had to say about the Bills coming to Buffalo and also about his shopping skills. What kind of skills he had off the football field.
Got you a coat from here? Man, you forgot I went to school in Michigan for 2 years? Guess where I got this from, though? I'm saying you got to guess. You're going to be wrong, though, but guess. Nah. Macy's. What you mean? They be on sale on the rack, all the colors. Look, $79, $89, nice little deal. You get the trench coat for like $100. Nice little. I'll take you there personally. I might go get some more colors. I need a blue one and another red one. It's given. I shop like my mom. I get my coats in the summertime. You gotta shop a season in case and it be cheaper. Because you go at Thanksgiving, everybody in Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying? Who we starting with? Oh, my bad. Y'all hear it? It's on? I'm just making sure who we are. Just growing up in Louisiana, man, just being a kid from my blue state ain't quitting this dream. It's simple statistics say I'm not supposed to be here. A lot of guys don't really get this far, be able to, use the mentality that I have to be able to get this far. So it's just been a blessing of having the support staff that I have with my mom, my grandmother, my brothers, which, they here today. And, I just was grateful. by the grace of God to be here. Everybody else isn't. You know, I'm having my low moments, my high moments there to make sure I keep everything neutral and just be able to focus on the next thing coming forward. The emotion's been neutral, man. It's been a great mutual interest. And when I came on my 30th visit, I told them, I was like, why y'all letting me leave? I plan on coming back. So, you know, we ended up making that happen. And, you know, the emotions, they good. You know, I knew I was getting picked. You know, I had the phone call with them. So it's just been great. I'm excited to be here and just ready to get to work. Right? I'm going to answer the second part first. I think it's very necessary because if you don't have the confidence in yourself, how is anybody else supposed to believe in you? But I think the confidence comes from putting in work. You know, God blesses you with some things, but the rest you have to contribute to for yourself. So just the work that I put in and, you know, the results that have come from that, just, you know, staying humble. But also, there's a certain level of confidence you got to have to be able to play the receiver position in particular. Right?
Absolutely. Fanatic. This guy's going to be a soundbite machine for the Buffalo Bills. We haven't heard the last of Keon Coleman. He's just starting up with him. He's going to definitely be a media-friendly guy coming in. Great shopping skills. Knows how to shop and get the sales and discounts on clothing and coats and winter gear, the whole 9 yards, as you heard in the interview that went viral. This guy is coming in, but now they're on the football field this weekend in Buffalo. Rookie camp has started. All the rookies are there. What I saw from the eyeball test is he looks fluid out on the field. But keep in mind, they're running in shorts and sweats and everything. No pads, obviously no pads this early for rookie camp. What I want to see is when they get to St. John Fisher and start putting the pads on. That's when I want to see who's who. And also, I want to see who's going to be the next Levi Wallace, who's going to be the next defensive back. The Bills brought in several defensive backs from the undrafted free agents. And also, how many of those undrafted free agents are going to be invited back to the regular training camp coming up in July, August at St. John Fisher College here in Rochester, New York, coming up? Who's going to make the cut of those undrafted free agents? Because the Bills need to fill a lot of holes. And when they fill those holes, they still going to need backups. Guys to back up those starters. So I want my concentration is looking at the young guys, seeing who they have. The center looks good. Cedric Frank Granger. I liked him as well from the start. These guys are coming in, but I want to see who they're going to bring back from the undrafted free agent list to be the backups for the starters this upcoming season. Fanatic.
Yeah, I love that, man. And as always, man, Radman, you are always the exclusive of the exclusive when it comes to the Buffalo Bills and the insight to how they really get down. And just such an astute point. I'm really interested in one of my guys from my former days at the University at Buffalo, the UB linebacker, my man Joel Anderson. And so he is one of the 4 people that's coming from UB. They also have Cole Herrick, the kicker Alex McNulty, and another linebacker, Jair Stevens, who are a part of those 26 that were trying out for the Bills earlier this week. So I'm interested to see how that goes. It's always fun to see those. Who are these? Yes, you got the heralded Keon Coleman. Shout out to him coming from Opelousas, Louisiana. Good old the 190, not the 190 up there by you, Radman, but the 190 down here in Louisiana, about an hour and a half from us. So shout out to Keon Coleman. We've been hearing about him for a while now. Went to one of the better schools in the Opelousas area. So it's cool to hear the high top draft picks, but it's cool to see these lower draft picks. Who's going to be the person? Who's going to be the next Tom Brady? Who's going to be the Brock Purdy? Who's going to be the undrafted free agent that comes in? Who's going to be the Malcolm Butler, who still, to me, made the best play in Super Bowl history? Undrafted guys who are going to be the people to make those key roster spots that can really help you in the game. Because really, just like we see in the NBA currently, but especially in football, and especially when they talk about the 18 games, man, it's a war of attrition. So who can make it to the end the healthiest? And when you do get hurt, because there will be injuries, who can be that backup that you go to that you're like I love when you always talk about a Radman, my man out of Villanova. You didn't even know Villanova had a football team. But where are you going to find those diamonds in the rough that can help you fill out your roster to get to a playoff spot?
Yes, Christian Benford out of Villanova was last year's diamond in the rough. And he started most of the games until he was injured. Whenever he wasn't injured, he was starting. So, it's hard to fill a roster. But when you get these undrafted free agents, those diamond in the roughs, the Bills have a very good knack of finding quality guys. Like you said, Villanova, you didn't even know they had a football team. But this guy came out, played there, came to the Bills, started, and got out there and ended up starting for the Bills at one of the corner positions. So that's the key thing to look at, football fans. Look at the undrafted free agents. See who these guys. I like this guy, Lawrence Keys. They brought him from Tulane, a wide receiver. He has very, very deceptive speed, and saw some film on him. So they brought him in. It's a lot of guys that they're looking at, and that receiver room is going to be jam-packed with guys, and they're going to see which guys are going to make the cut. And if some of the guys coming back from last season that was on the practice squad as well last season, so it's going to be interesting to see that wide receiver room, because they have an awful lot of wide receivers now. Now we got to see who's going to make the cut and who's going to be able to come in there. And then you bring in guys like a Claypool that could, be the third or fourth receiver on the team, and you have the speed guys. And just thinking Claypool could play almost like our guy that just left, one of my the receiver on the other side of Stephon Diggs. He reminds me of him, kind of Gabe Davis type guy. If he can get covered by the third or fourth cornerback, he might be able to do some damage. He's definitely not a number one or number two, but he can come in and make some plays and help you when you spread the field if you're going with 4 or 5 different receivers. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Bills put this together and how they come up and who Josh Allen decides he's working with. One thing we know, he's not going to be hearing Stephon Diggs cuss him out anymore in the huddle or in the locker room or on the sideline. So let's see now, Josh Allen, you got to step your game up a little more in the passing game. You don't have to run as much. And I like the running back out of Kentucky. Dump the ball off to Ray Davis. That kid, he can catch the ball. I think he's a better receiver than James Cook is at the present time. I think this guy, if he catches the ball like he caught it in college, this guy's the better receiver right now than James Cook out of the backfield. And this guy could definitely get some reps and get some pass receptions coming up. So it's going to be interesting. Very exciting season coming up. A very changing of the guard with the Buffalo Bills. So it's going to be very interesting to see once they get to St. John Field. Once they get to training camp, that's when it's going to get. That's when you're really going to see who they like, who they brought in, who undrafted free agents they brought in. You see the name guys they bringing in, but it's about the guys who we don't know is the key to the upcoming season.
Definitely agree with that. And Radman, that, like you said, that receiver room is going to be stacked. I even see the Bills, they picked up Xavier Johnson, a receiver out of Ohio State. And a lot of those Ohio State receivers have been turning out to be good pros. But there's a familiar name that I think folks of my ilk and my age would really say and know. The Bills signed Frank Gore Jr. So it's crazy, man. Frank Gore, I feel like he was just playing with like 2-3 years ago, man. I know he played with the Bills all around the league, made his hay with the 49ers, man, and out of the U when the U was the U. I tell what the Big O said he don't know what J-GILLZ Alexander's voice sound like. I feel like after all these years, I still don't know what Frank Gore sounds like either, man. He just was a professional and just always did his thing. So his son is coming out there, coming from Southern Mississippi, smaller school here in the South. I'll be interested to see what Frank Gore Jr. I know he's coming from good stock, and it's fun and cool to see these Marvin Harrison Jr., these father and sons coming into the league, and Frank Gore Jr. I'm really interested to see him. They're going to be well prepared, so that should be fun. And we know we're going to have some special updates during the training camp coming to Rochester. So make sure that you subscribe to us, YouTube, Facebook, either one that works for you works for us. Subscribe to us at the Real Deal Sports Show. Real Deal Sports Show. Once you do it, click the button. Takes 2 seconds to do. It costs you nothing, but means everything to us. Hit the bell to get notifications from once you subscribe to us. So we love and appreciate that. Right, Rad, man?
Oh, we certainly do, because we're going to give you exclusives from training camp. We have interviewed one of the few sports shows on in the area that's giving you Buffalo Bills interviews and interviews from other players across the league and other sports as well. But we talk sports of all sorts here on Real Deal Sports Show every week, and also on YouTube. Check us out, YouTube and Facebook. Check us out, like us, and subscribe. Can't go wrong. Listen, if you like sports, you come to the right place. Real Deal Sports Show.
No doubt. And I will just say real quick on my end, y'all talked about Chase Claypool last week. I heard Big Mike was on there. Chase Claypool, man. I just told y'all that sometimes it is better to have a less talented person who's clutch, who's good for the team, a la Jalen Brunson, versus somebody who's just there to get theirs, Kevin Durant. a Devin Booker. To me, Chase Claypool, not going to be worth it. He's an addition by subtraction. I will cut him today. If Mike Tomlin can't deal with you, has anybody seen Antonio Brown? Has anybody watched his Twitter? My God, I can't imagine what they were dealing with all those years. That guy is sick. He need real mental help. Seriously, somebody call for him. He need help. I'm telling you, if Mike Tomlin couldn't deal with Chase Claypool, I wouldn't touch him with a 20-foot pole. If he was bringing me free money, wouldn't touch that brother. Cut him today. It's going to be better now. Let these young players come in there and move it forward. But I digress. We shall see. I think I'll be right on that, but time will tell. That's the best thing about sports.
Mike Tomlin always said it. Mike Tomlin said it best. Guy you see on TV every Sunday, he played well, but then you see him go from team to team to team, and he always seems to play well. And you say, wow, why does this guy keep getting traded or getting released by teams and so forth? It's not what he does on Sunday. It's what those players do during the week that causes you to trade them and release them and things. And like you said, the way Antonio Brown is talking, and you know, can you imagine what was being said in that locker room?
Can't imagine that. Can't imagine that at all. So, but talking about excellence, I want to make sure that we talk about excellence, which is a Challenger Community News, Western New York's largest weekly African-American newspaper. Let me make sure we say that again. The Challenger Community News is in the entire Western New York's largest weekly African-American newspaper. Go pick you up a paper, man. It is the best of the best. So many issues that are there that you may not know about, but it's a lot of celebratory articles to make sure that don't always listen to the negative stuff. There's a lot of positive that's going on in our community. So check it out, thechallengernews.com. Give a call to 585-766-3590 if you have any questions, thoughts, or concerns. And, of course, you can send articles if you want to editor@thechallengernews.com. Radman, you want to talk about the feature article this week?
Feature article, exactly. The mother and son artists that created a new sculpture piece that's going to be dedicated this coming week as well. And also, Mayor Malik Evans announces the historic decrease in city property taxes. Yeah, but our value of our houses went sky high, so it's probably going to balance itself out. So, but hey, those are two of the top stories. Read those articles this week in Challenger Community News. The May 9th edition is full of always. And also keep in mind the Black History is every week, and read the Black History column because there's always so much interesting news going on in the Challenger. Health, fitness, business, sports, entertainment, the whole 9 yards. You get the whole spectrum in Challenger Community News.
Absolutely. Hey, let's go to another sport here because again we talk about sports of all sorts. Hey, Rabbit, let's talk about the Major League Baseball, man. Shohei Ohtani. I thought that he would be having a good to great season. Man, did you see that how that man continues with all that stuff that's going outside of his life? That I'm sure is distracting with his friend who was basically stealing from him. Someone who he's known for such a long time. I just hear that story, and all I think about is one singular word, Radman: betrayal. Nobody wants to be betrayed. He was clearly betrayed. And so Shohei Ohtani is leading baseball in not 1, 2, 3, 4, as LeBron James famously said, but he's leading them in the offensive categories in all of baseball in 9 different categories, including home runs, extra base hits, slugging percentage. Man, Shohei Ohtani, he is the problem. I didn't think that he would be up for MVP this year, but man, he is killing the game, man. And the Dodgers, they're starting to wake up. But Shohei Ohtani, I just wanted to make sure I shouted him out. Radman, what's your thoughts on anything baseball?
Very good player. I think he's doing his thing. I think he's really another great player besides Ohtani. Ohtani's doing great. They got a stellar team there. The Dodgers, once again, are fully loaded to see if they can win it this year once again. But Luis Ariza being traded from the Miami Marlins, being traded to the San Diego Padres. I thought that was a big move. This guy is a hitter. This man's just a hitting machine. He came right in and went 3 for 4 for the Padres. I think that's going to help bring the Padres up a little bit going there. They still can't seem to get over the hump. They're a team too, like the Bills. Yeah. They can't seem to beat the Dodgers, the top dog. They can't beat. They can beat everybody else, but when they get in a series against the Dodgers seem to own them. in these series. So no matter what they do, they just seem to can't get over the top. So hopefully they can with Ariza throughout the summer, and he's already bringing his bat, hitting, driving in runs for him already. I watch for that with the Padres. Keep an eye on the Padres making another move as well because they're pitching. Tyler Glass now. I wish they would have got Tyler Glass now. I don't know why the Dodgers end up getting another great pitching arm. It's almost like they're just an all-star lineup there. And the Atlanta Braves off to a little slow start this season, but the Braves, I'm sure they'll pick it up as the season continues. They'll get their act together, and they're going to give the Dodgers and the Padres a real fight for their money, for that championship to get to the World Series as these teams continue to fight through injuries and make things happen. And your Yankees picking up Juan Soto from the Padres, getting Soto. To me, he's making the big difference with the New York Yankees so far this season.
100%. Yeah, the Yankees, man, they had a big game yesterday where they almost blew it with Clay Holmes, but he bases loaded 2-0 lead, and it was a crazy inning, but he struck him out, and yeah, I'm surprised with how bad the Tampa Bay Rays are. They're a game under 500, and so I know people may not say that's not bad, but the Rays are always good and always leading the division. But speaking about on the other side, or no, actually on that same side, who Radman, I'm really shocked about, and I want to know: do you think this Houston Astros team, who is currently sitting at 14 wins and 24 losses with no Dusty Baker, 14 wins, 24 losses? We haven't seen the Astros like that since they were trying to get Carlos Correa back in the day. So, do you think this is going to be a real thing for the Astros? Or do you think they're going to get hot? Because Yordan Alvarez is kind of getting going. But really, Alex Bregman, LSU product, man, been in the league for a while, is hitting at the 200 Mendoza line. So that's really hurting. But what do you think about the Astros and the prospects for them for the rest of the season, sitting at 14 wins and 24 losses currently?
Well, I think they were overdue for some guys. Bregman, even Altuve is slowing down. These guys have been good for so long. It's hard to play at peak condition year after year after year. Injuries set in, age starts to set in. These guys are getting older, and they needed some help. And I think the ownership blew it by signing Bader, bringing in this clown. You know, I can't stand him. He's the guy that was with you. You remember his act when I went off on him last season over there telling the coach at the Padres, San Diego Padres, oh, man, I ain't going in there, man. How you going to tell the coach? How the hell you tell the coach you're not going to come in and pitch? He shouldn't even be in Major League Baseball at all this season. And I look up the Astros, go and sign him. And the Astros had 3 closers. Why would you get rid of your 3 closers? Neris was good. It worked with the 3 guys. Why wouldn't you just keep the 3 guys, 3 young guys who could pitch, strong arms, and you trade them away to bring this one clown in, and you see what's happening. He's getting hit all over the field. They hit this ball. Because you just can't have a bad attitude like that and think good things are going to happen to you with such a. I can't believe that man told the coach, I'm not going in I don't feel like it. What do you mean you don't feel like it, man? You paid millions of dollars to be a reliever, man. You go in there, you go in there, you do what the coach tell you to do, with the manager. You're going to tell the manager what to do. Man, I'm like, come on, man. I don't think anything good going to happen to Hader again, man. He got the right name, too. What is it, Hader or Hader, man? Man, he's killing the Astros out the bullpen. The Astros had leads and against the Yankees opening weekend. They had the lead in every game and lost because of this guy coming in because of their bullpen. And then you just can't win if your bullpen is not closing games. That's just the bottom line, and that's what the Astros get, bringing this guy in with a bad attitude, and it's hurting the overall team. The team getting older. They can't outscore everybody like they used to. They're not hitting as strong as they were in the past. And, hey, it catches up with you. But the bullpen and the leadership of Dusty Baker not being there shows you, hey, man, Dusty Baker was doing a hell of a job, man. Yeah, people didn't want to give him credit. Some people questioned it. But Dusty Baker, man, one of the greatest managers of all time, and he just showed you why, because now he leaves and now as soon as he leaves, the team is 14 wins and 24 losses already in the 2024 season. So that tells you all you had to know about how great a manager Dusty Baker is and was for the Houston Astros and the teams and all the other teams he used to manage, because he always had them in serious contention. No matter where he went, he had a winning record.
100%. I'm glad, and I feel like folks would have tried to still disrespect Dusty Baker, but I'm glad he went out with a championship, and now they can never take that away from him from being a champion.
Absolutely.
Hey, and I will just shout out real quick. I'm surprised, man. The Philadelphia Phillies, they are leading baseball right now. 27 wins, 12 losses, almost a 700 winning percentage. Man, the Philadelphia Phillies, they looking real, man. So it's going to be interesting to see. The Braves got some work to do, but it's a long way to go. But again, we talk sports of all sorts. We're going to make sure we keep you updated with all sports as we move forward.
And also one other thing, a shout out before we get toward the end of the show here, I want to shout out James Reeves, Mookie, that we knew him, grew up across the street from us on Carter Street back in the day. Congratulations on being named the athletic director at Greece Arcadia High School. Congratulations. We need more people of color, more men, more black men in these athletic director positions throughout this Monroe County area. And congratulations, James Reeves, on moving into becoming the new athletic director at Greece Arcadia High School. And also Ellis Randall becoming the new Wilson football coach. The new football coach at Wilson High School, Ellis Randall. Hey, I'm going to make sure I come out and see your first game, Coach Randall. And I damn sure don't want to see that wing T no more. Man, I don't want to see that wing T that I grew up watching on TV and watching in person in the 70s. Because that coach y'all had there before, man, he was a dinosaur, man. He stayed there 100 years. And then he was still, hey, Fanatic, he was running the wing T last season, man. I couldn't believe it. I went up there and said, damn, that look, what, is that the wishbone? No, that's not the wishbone where Earl Campbell. I said, no, that's the wing T. I said, oh my God, man, kids were calling it something else. I said, no, that's the wing T, man. Y'all, man, this guy here, man. Oh, he was a serious dinosaur. So hopefully, Coach Ellis Randall, hopefully you'll bring Wilson High School football into the 2000s, into 2024. Let's see, use all that young talent you have over there at Wilson High School, and hopefully you'll have a good season coming up. So, I definitely got this. Shout out to two of the coaches that I know of the changes that have been made. And another also, friend of the show that'll be back on soon, Andre Fontenette, being named head coach of Gates Chili High School. Yeah. So we got the change into the guard. Andre will be back on the show with us soon. But definitely, congratulations. Well-deserved. Was the coach over at McQuaid High School for several years, and now he's getting his opportunity as a head coach. So congratulations, Andre Fontenette, on the head coaching job at Gates Chili High School. So we got the changing of the guard, Fontenette. I mean, not Fontenette, but Fanatic, changing of the guards here. So we'll keep it rolling. And you got something about J-GILLZ?
Hey, because it's a celebratory time. Shout out to all of my college graduates, man. It is graduation time, getting your undergraduate. Listen, once you earn that degree from college, nobody can ever take it away. People could take away your car. People could take away your house. Once you get that degree, they can never take that away. So shout out to all of my college graduates or certificate graduate programs. And I got J-GILLZ. He's not joining the show, folks. I know we always love hearing my brother J-GILLZ. He's not here with us today because he's graduated and walking the stage today with his master's degree. So super proud of J-GILLZ, man. That's my brother. J-GILLZ, we love you, my man. Can't wait to get back with you, man. But so proud of you and proud of all of our graduates that are going through it right now. And of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't shout out for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the amazing moms,
right.
Either biological or not biological, the ones who are motherly in your life. Make sure you get something real quick. If you need to go over to Rock Pawnbroker, go ahead. You go check them out. 559 State Street. Check them out. Hit up Sammy and the crew. 559 State Street in the Rock. Call them up today. Mother's Day is tomorrow, in case you forgot. Shout out to amazing women in your life. So, last but not least, as we continue to move forward, what I wanted to rant on, it's been bothering me for about 2 weeks now. I'm so glad to be back to have this space to be among family. Hey, I just want to talk about the NBA, going back to the NBA real quick. Shout out to Charles Oakley. He said, James Dolan, stop inviting me. I'm not coming to the Garden no matter how well you all are doing, because you embarrassed me in 2018, and he had to go through litigation. And he said the worst is when my daughter Googles me, that's one of the first things that she sees. So shout out to Charles Oakley, to my man Commander X's, one of his favorite players. He is standing 10 toes down. He doesn't care, and it's great. We're all in the frenzy about the Knicks. So shout out to Charles Oakley for saying, I'm still not coming to the Garden because of what James Dolan put him through. But when I'm going to rant on top NBA players, I'm going to make it quick, that make over $35 million a year who will never win a championship. Folks, if you don't know Dr. Maya Angelou, she's an American legend. Read her work. She has a million famous quotes. My favorite one is, when people tell you who they are, believe them. So these players never will win a championship, I'm convinced. Devin Booker, heard me talk about him earlier. Paul George, he going to get big money again if he leaves the Clippers. Sucker, I wouldn't want him if I needed to win a championship. Bradley Beal, Big O went off on him earlier. James Harden, we know this. Joel Embiid made the list. I just feel bad. Philadelphia, well, the Phillies love what y'all doing. Get Joel right, man. Why every year he always is hurt at the end of the season when you need him the most. But the number one person, and I don't know how he keeps skating through. He's got the best agent in the world, Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris for the Philadelphia 76ers. That man been making great money. He the only dude I know. He is not out there to play basketball in the playoffs. He's out there for a cardio workout. Tobias Harris, any of those players, Joel Embiid, Booker, Paul George, Bradley Beal, James Harden, and Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris, if you look at him, he's got a great contract. Whoever his agent is, man, my oh my, we need his agent because he knows how to help get a great deal. Those players never will win a championship for you. So if you're expecting that, don't, because they won't, and they're making big money. Had to get it off my chest. Thanks for that, Rad, man. As we get ready to wrap it up, just know WNBA starts on May 14th, and I'm going to pass on over to Rad, man. Angel Reese killing it at the Met Gala, and then going to practice and then killing it in the preseason game. WNBA is here to say, get you a WNBA draft going on, man. It started on the 14th. Get a league going. It's going to be amazing to see what everybody's doing. Asia Wilson, I believe, will be another MVP again and go for back-to-back championship for the Las Vegas Aces. Got to give a kiss to my girl, Candace Parker. What an amazing career. Yes. She inspired me as she was a kid from Chicago, Duncan, going to Tennessee, retired. Man, love you. My wife, hey, she gets
now she's the CEO, not the CEO. Now she's running a division of Adidas now. She just landed a job with Adidas. I know she's going to turn that company around with the women and the sneakers. One quick thing about WNBA. Why wouldn't you show Angel Reese's first game, her and Cardoso's first preseason game? I didn't realize that Angel Reese has more followers than everybody in the WNBA combined. I mean, and they had over 7,000 people come to the game. They had more people at their game than they had at the Indiana Fever's game. I mean, I can understand you showing Caitlin Clark. Okay, cool. But you should have definitely had Angel Reese on there. That woman has the following. And the woman has, and she, like you said, she was at the Met Gala. That young lady has a following. I think hey, if you want the WNBA, hey, stop slipping up, making these mistakes like that. You got Angel Reese is one of your players, one of your faces of the league. That she should have. Their first game for the Chicago Sky should have been on TV. Should have been on national TV, just because of her following, and more people even came to that game than came to the Indiana Fever's opening contest as well. And even online was just the social media was blowing up talking about that opening night fanatic. So the WNBA still got things to learn. At least they're giving the women now the private planes and everything. About time. Yep. That's long overdue. Yeah. They get the charter flights just like the men do. It's about time. Those changes, a change is coming. And I hear the music. Know it's time for backspin.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait for the Fever in the Chicago Sky. They need to put that in the local arena. Get those seats getting out there. That's gonna be a big time game, man. Can't wait.
Jose Alvarez, thank you for coming and chiming in. He says trade Embiid. Oh, he's upset. Trade Embiid. He says here. We would take Zion, but he's fat and out of shape. Okay, let's see. That's from the people online. Thank you for all the people that checked in online. We appreciate your commentary as well. And we got great to turn it over to Backspin, and we're gonna roll on with the music coming up.
Y'all know what it is, man. Real Deal Sports Show every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. on the B105.5. Radman Fanatic. J-GILLZ out there graduating. Congratulations, my dude. And we gonna check in with y'all next week, man. Y'all have a great weekend.
No doubt.
Take care. Be a good sport.
Keep it where you need it, Rock City. Y'all know what it is. The Bag of Time Show is on the way right here on the beat.